Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today it's another start to finish drawing, where we're going to be doing an apple. Drawing an apple, not doing an apple. That's a completely different thing. We are drawing an apple from long ago that I have done who knows how long. I'm going to check something up real quick just to make sure that there's some accuracy to what I am about to draw. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's accurate. We could just draw it as is. Yeah, this one has, like, singulars. Good, great. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me bring you up a drawing way back in Album 8, when I used to do portrait sizes, which I guess technically I still kind of do. It's a Scarlet Apple, and I don't remember exactly, but I think this was when I was testing out the waters with the pen tool. I don't know if you can see it, and plus this is pretty goddamn small. Yep. Or is that? I think that is. Yeah. That's when we were testing out the waters with pen tool. Not good really. But with our skills that is at now, we should theoretically be able to make a much nicer looking apple. So with that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So we're not going to go one for one, but I am going to try to at least get it close in terms of shape. Because obviously this is definitely not the same size, it's a different canvas size. And also, it's a pretty simple drawing. It shouldn't take that long at all. But yeah, it definitely does feel nice going back with old drawings, and then drawing them again and seeing where we have come in terms of skills. Because we have a few drawings like that. I'm talking about the Midnight Fox Demon Girl. You know, the thing with the first drawing that I've ever done that you guys didn't see, because this is way before I started doing YouTube, all the way back in, 2015, I believe the year was. Right, Kat, who's either in or out of heat. I can't tell what state you're in. I think she's getting out of heat again, hopefully, for good, for like a couple of months. Yep. Hopefully. But, yeah. It's funny, because this is when I first started doing the pen tool stuff. So now it's going to be interesting to see how different this is all going to turn out. With my skills, I mean, this is the one thing that I haven't really done as much as these particular type of, what do you call it? We got leaves here. I mean, I guess that's kind of been replaced with the textures. Because way long ago, I think before this, I didn't do textures. I don't know how long ago it was. We just used the shading tool that we had, which was the burn-in. I don't even know if I think we used dodge, but I think we went straight to it instead of doing alt. The alt hotkey. But yes, I must say, it is definitely nice to go back, recreate what I have made years ago. And I don't even know how long ago this was. I don't think this would tell me. It had to have been like 2016? Nope, 2017 apparently. Created 2022, but I think that was just when this got put here. And modified in 2017. Access 6 minutes ago. Yep, 2017. That was with 2 years worth of progress. And now here we are, I think 9 years worth of progress. I mean, if I go to DeviantArt, it'll tell me. You can't see that, right? I just want to make sure I'm on the drawing scene and not Unity. And the cat's under the blanket now. Where is the about? Yep, 9 years. 8 on DeviantArt, but that's because that's August. 9 years. You've seen the amount of drawings that I've done at this point. You would have seen that there's a lot of improvement. We've learned a new technique with water that I kind of want to try to put in here, but I don't know. We'll see. And you can't really see the tree branch here, so what I'm going to do is reduce the size of this. I mean, most of this is going to be slightly different anyways. Okay, how would I go about doing this in a way where this is going to showcase some stuff in the back? Now, it's funny how the branches haven't really changed that much in terms of, like, what we have here. Also, I don't know, but I think the stems kind of go... Because when I looked at the thing, it just looks like there were apples coming off of the thing. Like, just stem. That's what I would imagine the apples coming off of a tree looks like. I've never went to pick apples, so I wouldn't know. I imagine they come off... I mean, I could just look it up again and look at a better picture that shows me what I'm supposed to look at. From the looks of this, it does appear to be coming off of a stem. Is there like a better up-close picture? It kind of looks like it's going off of a big leaf, which is strange. Interesting. Oh, is this one a better one? It does look like it's coming off of a little branch. Well, that's good to know. Not like it really matters. I'm not going for realism. Well, technically, yes and no. I'm not going for a realistic apple on a branch, but I am going for a realistic apple on the branch, if that makes any sense. Which probably doesn't. Yeah, did I even use... The mouse keeps gravitating towards Notepad. Yeah, I did use... Well, okay, this was an old... this brush, which you can't see because I'm on this thing, that's what I've used, apparently. But now I have a new one that I've made myself. That particular texture is more so just for a different type of stone texture, which is strange that we use leaf for stone, but... I mean, we used to use leaf for stone. Sometimes we do, if we want to get a certain texture on a stone or whatnot. But we have been going with the cracked texture. You know the texture that I'm talking about. This one. You can't see it. This texture. And on occasions, this texture. Which I gotta say, I could probably make some more textures if I wanted to. I should try to get into making more textures so I have a lot more stuff to work with. It's like, I don't really need to use that much. Okay, something tells me that this is going to need to... Because, don't forget, this was in a time when I used portraits. And now, speaking of portrait size, technically I still kind of use them. In the series that we have been making, those that are 22-minute reimagines, or in the case of Nova Guardians, an hour, hopefully 44 minutes. I imagine that would be the case, right? Like, I've never went and read through any Nova Guardian episodes with a timer. I've only just read through it as I'm reading through all the words and whatnot, not taking time into consideration. So, chances are it could reach 44, it could be less than that, it could be a lot of fill-ins or something. All I know is that Nova Guardians is definitely not 22 minutes, I can tell you that much for a fact. Yep, one of those longer running series. It's insane, isn't it? I don't know why I did that. I don't even remember if that was the first one. I mean, I have this stuff up here. I could probably very quickly just look at when this was made. Alright, this was made on July 10th of 2021. And then the Adventurous Army series, that one's first episode, is February 10th, 2022. Yeah, right, Nova Guardians was first. And then I think Adventurous Army was second. Then followed by Elementals Reborn, what album was that again? Okay, definitely not here. I'm way off. October 13th, 2022. Which is insane. Yeah, that's when that entire series started. When did Heavenly Deadlands start? And we got Lustful Horrors and Heavenly Deadlands starring in the same album. Lustful Horrors is February 9th, 2024. That doesn't seem right. Hold on a second. Are you right? I looked at something wrong. God dang it. I thought you were giving me the right time. No, it's May 12th, 2023. Which, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that one makes more sense because that was what we've gotten from long ago. So wait, hold on. No, October does make sense for Elementals Reborn, because that's when that started. But apparently it's saying it was created November 22nd, 2022. Okay, no, never mind. It's just the newer ones, Heavenly Deadland, Lustful Horrors. That's all over the place. So no, in 2020, so 2022, then 2023 and May 12th was Lustful Horrors, followed by 2023 and May 18th was when Heavenly Deadland started. So May, we got 2 Manga Brain horror series, which is nice. I don't think I really need to go back into 8, since I already got the drawing in play here. But needless to say, Nova Guardians was when it all started. And then Adventure Army came into play, and that's, I think... Yeah, and that's when we started, what do you call it? I mean, it's pretty easy to remember February 2022, 2 years have passed, and now we got Laughter Academy starting. Which I've got some interesting character designs for a professor. A couple, or a few professors, really. So that's going to be interesting when we start making the professor ladies. And then, as soon as the Nova Guardians and Elementals Reborn finishes their series/seasons, respectively, that's when a new series begins. Roscoe Morgan, Legendary Gunslinger, and Chrome Wars. Which, let me see, yeah, here we go. Roscoe Morgan, Legendary Gunslinger. You can tell just by his character design here that he is lucky, but not lucky enough, apparently. He's got a 3 and a 2, and I don't recall what that was, but he had like some kind of straight. Like 3, 2, ace, and this guy had a 10. I don't remember what this was. I think this guy has a royal flush. He has like a royal straight. What was it again? I don't know, but either way, this is a winning hand, and that's a losing hand compared to everything else that's up here. Also, he's got 3 aces. 3 of a kind as well. So, this guy is very lucky. This guy's not. She's not, but she's lucky in another way. And there's the bounty poster there. As he's about to give it to Roscoe Morgan, as he loses all of his chips and loses all of his money, and then he has to go work for it. It's like an actual Western version of Cowboy Bebop with actual cowboys. Except the characters are completely different. I would say, I think his name was Carlton, the old guy that was folding, is like the old guys combined mixed with Jet. Because Roscoe and Liz, the silver-haired lady, is like Spike and Faye, except the only major difference with Liz is that she gets tailed, but by other women, and Roscoe Morgan is just not lucky. Part of me kind of wants Roscoe Morgan to have, like, you know that Belmont and that Castlevania Netflix series? I want his normal voice with Spike Siegel's yelling. Spiegel, whatever his name was. My brain is currently destroyed right now due to 6 hours of sleep. But you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the actor's name, but that guy, I mean, yeah, like different voice, different voice turns of yelling and all that stuff. I don't know how that would work. If we can go for, you know, Spike's voice actor, then that's fine. But I don't know. I guess I would have to hear it and see, does that sound good? If it sounds good, great, but that means we gotta pay we pay a voice actor to do most of the dialogue, then we pay the other one to just yell a bunch. So I don't know. But that series I have in mind consists of 2 seasons only. And then Chrome Wars, which is something that I've been working on for years. That would be interesting. I still don't really fully grasp what more I can do with that series. But I'm going to try it, so help me. The one I'm definitely looking forward to the most is going to be... I don't think I said the name for this, But the one I'm looking forward to the most is going to come after Heavenly Deadland finishes off its first season. And it is going to be something. I did say that... Oh, wait, hold on. I did say that it's a series inspired off of Made in Abyss. So if that gives you any idea as to what the hell this type of series is that's replacing Heavenly Deadland, and you know it is going to be very... Let's just say... What's the word I'm looking for? Psychologically damaging. So, yeah. I kind of can't wait for that, but I gotta wait for that, because I gotta finish off Heavenly Deadland. Which that I only have like 2 seasons in mind, but a potential 3rd season, depending on what I plan on doing. So yeah. Okay, anyways, I want to use this technique that I have learned long ago, which is multi-tone shifting and whatnot. Doesn't make any sense what I said right there, but trust me, it makes sense. The color of the apple changes, which technically this one is like less scarlet. It is a new apple, yes, that is the case. And so on and so forth. And then we just basically just do this, and then when time comes for us to do the other thing, we do the other thing. Simple as that, really. Now there was one series that I wanted to do. I don't know why I'm saving these swatches. I'm just saving them just in case. That is essentially one that I was planning on doing in comic form, but never got around to doing it because it takes ages for one me to do a comic. And that's a series called The Felines, or something around the lines of that. I believe that's what it was called. Essentially, it is basically just cat people, where humans are now evolved from cats and not monkeys. Yeah, it's an interesting series I was trying to go about. Never got around to doing it, though, because making comic pages is hard. It takes a while. And this was before I did Nova Guardians 2. So, yeah. We were definitely a little bit in over our heads with that. But we found a good middle ground here with what we have been doing with our series. Simply put, the comic cover-esque kind of appearance that we've got going on, topped off, obviously, with the whole, let me just do a shine here. Topped off with the whole writing 22 minutes worth of imagining a story. I'd say that was a good compromise in order for me to be able to actually make a series. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't have the Felines as the first thing that I was making. But that's fine, I like Elementals Reborn. And Elementals Reborn is the perfect series to go off of, because in the beginning, the Elementals were the first things I've drawn in that series. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. So yes, a lot of good things have occurred, and here we are, redrawing an old drawing from long ago. Okay, before I put any leaves on this tree, I want to do some shading and texture work on everything. But yeah, in a way, the portraits, what do you call it, has, never died. I'm curious, though, when did I stop doing portraits? Let me see if I can look through some of these. Because it had to have been during the era of... Yeah, in 47, I didn't have any portraits, size drawings. In 46, we had Nova Guardians. And in 48, we also had Nova Guardians, the only one there. 45 had Cuddly Turrets. Was that the last portrait-sized drawing? And also, when the hell was that? It was, according to this, June 24th, 2021. June 24th. July 10th, 2021. Yeah, I think that was the last. No, there was. Well, Frosty Mage Shaft might have been before that. No, July 25th, 2021. Huh. Okay, no, Frosty Mage Shaft might have been the last one then. The last portrait-sized thing. 46 had none outside of Nova Guardians, and like I said, 47 didn't have any. And like I said, 48 only had Nova Guardians. 49 didn't have any at all. 50 only had Nova Guardians. 51 Nova Guardians and start of Elementals Reborn. 52 Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardians. 53 Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardians again. 54 Elementals Reborn, Heavenly Deadland, Lustful Horrors. Only the 3 that were there in that one. And 55 Elementals Reborn, Heavenly Deadland, Nova Guardians. Huh. I mean, it's pretty easy to remember that we haven't done any portrait drawings as of late outside of, Angels and Devils, Elementals Reborn, Heavenly Deadland, Lustful Horrors, Nova Guardian, Tickle Manor. Not a single portrait size. So Frosty Mage Shaft was the last one. Giggity, considering the last series I just talked about. Giggitus. Yep, Angels and Devils, Heavenly Deadland. Same old, same old. Yeah. The last time I did a portrait, like an actual portrait, and if you're wondering what I mean by actual portrait size, let me go to the album where that was in. This is the last portrait size drawing. This one right here. And if I were to go on ahead and put up Nova Guardians, well, first of all, that's bigger because of, but also in terms of width, that's a hell of a lot more larger. That's when, this is when that started. And then after this, that was the last one we did. Then we just stuck with this. Portraits turned into this particular size. And then they just promptly got bigger as Heavenly Deadlands started. Much bigger, and gives me a little bit more pixels. Essentially, this is the portrait size. So we're taking a portraits drawing and turning into a landscape drawing. That's basically the entire point of me explaining all of that. So if you stuck around for that, good on you. If you didn't, well, I don't blame you. But at the same time, how dare you? Don't you like my ramblings? The ramblings of a madman? Yeah, you do. Of course you do. You can't deny it. You want to see a madman ramble. That is an apple. But it might be a bit too shiny, though. But we haven't put in the textures yet. We'll see what happens. That is interesting, though. We haven't done another portrait-size drawing, like old portrait-size drawing, since album 45, and we're on album 58. And again, for those that don't know, an album is 24 drawings. Now, I don't know if the Frosty Mage Shaft was in the end, the middle, or the beginning. Probably middle. And also, this was during a time when I wasn't being constant about, doing 10 DeviantArt-based drawings a month with 2 hardcore mature drawings alongside them. This was far before that. I think that started in album 50? Or was it 50? It couldn't have been 51. No, it would have been 42. 42! That's, okay, maybe. Well, no. No, it was only after that one drawing with, what was her name again? Oh yeah. What was that again? 43? Yeah, there's the one drawing with Moon long ago. I cannot find it. Man, my brain is so fried today that I can't even remember Moon's name of all of my characters. Where was that? Was it in album 49? No. I might even bother looking. No, there it was. Moon's Revenge. That was in August, and after that, so album 50 to 51, that's when we fully started doing 10 drawings a month. And we've been making progress ever since. That was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Well, no, not 2 years ago, precisely. I mean, I guess I could just go in there and check when this was made. This was made in... Yep, 2022 of July 23rd. Sounds about right, since I was able to finish it before August, which was surprising. Damn, son. And a lot of series have just been made ever since that point, which is nice. It's nice having so many series, even though it is a pain to keep up with them. And I got one more day left until my vacation. And thankfully, there's no Saturday on the board. So that's great. I don't have to worry about that. For now, as far as I'm concerned. But yes, needless to say, we have a lot to get done with. A whole lot to get done with. So much. So much, in fact, I have no clue how the hell everything's gonna go. Also, you probably should be behind that now that I think about it. Was there a tree branch in front of you? Technically, there were leaves in front of you, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can leave some of that there. I'm like the Markiplier of art. I create constantly and I don't experience burnout. I'm tired. Yes, like Mark, I am tired. But wouldn't have it any other way. And no, I'm not telling myself that. I really do enjoy creating. Part of me thinks I was a creating god in my previous life, or maybe I am the soul of a creating god. A god creator or something. Jokingly, of course, but it's still funny to think that for some asinine reason, my god-creating soul decided to take form in a human body. Who knows why? That's the lore around here in this channel. I am a creating god. We got, God, destroy our gods, I am a creator god. That's right. Stuck in a mortal body for some asinine reason. Is it punishment because I've created too much and whoever's in charge is angry at it? Probably. It would explain a lot of the bad, annoying things that keep happening in my life. Because it doesn't want me to continue to create. It wants me to just suffer on this planet that is apparently hell. Who knows why? I don't know why. And if that's the case, I have amnesia. Or now there's like a certain subconscious thought in there being like, it's real, you're being punished, let the world know this is hell, we're all in hell, we're all punished souls forced to live in mortal bodies. And then, I don't really care. I don't really care. I'll just continue to create despite it. If it is real, oh well, I'll continue to create because that's what I like to do. I feel something tugging at me, so maybe it's true, or maybe it's not true. Maybe I'm just the crack, or maybe it's just maybe I am just the crack. Yes, I am cocaine. I am cocaine who has been given form. I don't know. Let's see. Nope. No cocaine dust coming off of my cocaine skin / flesh / other variations of shit. Yes, indeed. But wouldn't that would suck, though, if we find out that this is actually just hell for some reason. Oh, I don't think it would change much. I think people will probably just sit there and be like, yep, that makes sense. And it's all coming together now. And then just move on. And the evangelicals will be like, don't listen to this gospel, or whatever the frick the word is, the opposite of gospel. I think gospel is supposed to be God-based thing, but I don't remember. Don't listen to this heretic, even though I don't follow any gods in general. And hold on, what's the definition of heretic here? Heretic, a person believing in a practice, believing in or practicing religious. Okay, what is heresy then? What is heresy? Belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religion. Doctrine. What? Okay, then, yes, I am a heretic then. By the definition of that, I believe that I'm a god. Whether it be a joke or not, or I am actually a god, one of the gods of the worlds, creating infinitely, I am technically a heretic, but does that really... I mean, I guess every other god that doesn't follow Christianity is a heretic too. Buddha is apparently a heretic. Allah is apparently a heretic. What other gods are there? There's an elephant head god, I believe. I don't remember his name. He's apparently a heretic. But that would also mean that God is also a heretic, because that means he's not believing in all the other gods. So regardless, we're all heretics. That's right. I just blew your mind. I opened up the secrets of the universe. We're all heretics in the eyes of someone. Do with that information what you will. I don't care. I'm going to continue to create because that's what my purpose in life is, to create. Yes, I am a creator. I've created dozens of universes. Some I have forgotten, some characters I have forgotten in some universes, but I have created them nonetheless. But regardless, creation. Hell on earth. Hell is earth. Earth is hell. Or earth is purgatory. Whatever religion theory you want to make, I don't know. Just do whatever you want with that information. But hey, that's just a theory. A religion theory. Which I probably should have went on with instead of saying religion theory, whatever. In the beginning. And not the beginning, but the end. Beginning of the end. Man, we are all over the place. This is what 6 hours of sleep does to you. And a mocha coffee. That was 4.5 hours ago. But I'm tired as hell. And I want to go home. But wait, I am home right now. Don't know why I bursted in the song. I guess I'll just keep this. And I fucked up the fucking song. I don't know. I don't remember what that was. It was supposed to be do 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 do. I'm going off beat so YouTube doesn't think I'm copying the song, man. That's an apple right there, bro. Shiny red and nice and juicy. My God, it's so juicy. Well, that's not juicy. That's leafy. Can you even eat that bit? I mean, it's a leaf. Most humans can eat leaves. Can't imagine it would taste good, though. I don't want to eat a leaf, so I ain't gonna eat the leaf. Some people might eat the leaf. Some people might even eat the seeds. Apparently, you gotta eat a crap ton of apple seeds to get cyanide poisoning, from what I've read, but who knows, that might be false. I ain't gonna risk it. I don't want to eat seeds. Unless it's pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. But I haven't had any of those in ages. Pumpkin seeds. The seeds are a bit of pain to eat, Sunflower seeds, mostly. If only our bodies could digest the shell, and the shell was actually edible. Pumpkin seeds, though, now that's where that's at. Yacht. Yep. Whoops. Pumpkin seeds, pumpkin pie. I've never tried pumpkin soup before. But a lot of customers in PlateUp seem to order it, so... maybe it's good. Speaking of which, don't worry for those that tuned into PlateUp. Spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. We're not giving up the run. We have a second area that we're trying out now. You saw already. If you haven't seen, well, we're doing a second attempt. We have failed miserably, which sucks. So yeah, we're doing another attempt. And this time, I'm doing it in a smart fashion. I saw somebody who got to overtime 96, but got fucked by the rush card, the worst card in the game imaginable. I'm not doing the apple, I'm doing the apple tree, think about it. So I have a plan, and my plan is simple. I need to get all of the food cards. There's 2 things that I can semi-automate. I could probably maybe sacrifice a 3rd soup automation thing for the sake of, getting 3 semi-auto soup systems set up. Because ideally, we want to try to get to a point where we have 15 customer cards going into the spam of getting to overtime 100. And I counted at least 20 that I can take. provided I get meat in groups. So I have a plan. I just need to get automation set up, need to get everything else automated, need to smartly, that's probably not a word, but I'm sticking with it, grab all of the things that I need to grab in terms of cards in the beginning. I need to take every possible food card once the time comes. But for the most part, ideally we get 15 cards, we get all of our food card stuff fully automated, because we can fully automate it pretty goddamn early. And if we're accepting a bunch of customer cards, ideally we should, ideally we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Okay, the grass here, not grass, the leaves here are a bit more brighter, so I'll try to make them brighter. And I'll probably make it like 150 or something. And this is how we have been doing trees. I don't think I'll be able to find another way to make trees. I think this is still pretty good. We're not going to find an epiphany like we did with water in the tadpole drawing. Which, by the way, I didn't do this one on camera, obviously, because this is a series that I've been doing off camera for some reason, including this one. But I used the water bit over here by going all the way over into here. You can see the water. You can't really see it that well because of all of the lighting and stuff, but trust me, I did do this technique here. Which, it's unfortunate you can't see it, but that's fine. Yeah, this series is finished now. 6 episodes. If you want to give it a read, go to my DeviantArt. It's not that long. 6 episodes that are like 22-minute read and imagines. It takes about 30 minutes to read in full, but 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how much is being described. But I'd say it's a fun read. You get, like, a satisfying ending. Don't worry, it's not, well, there is some subject matters there that are a little bit triggering. So, warning, if you or a loved one has been affected by drugs in the past, there is some story like that in the beginning. Or if you or a loved one had unpleasant confrontations with an adult while you were a kid, trying not to make it sound obvious, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know, then that will also be triggering. But don't worry, there will also be a part that triggers you that's good, where you get to see that son of a bitch get his bell rung. Spoilers, of course, but, you know, you gotta give people some kind of motivation to want to read something like that. It is a dark series, but there is a good ending. Don't you worry. It's loosely inspired off of Fooly Cooly when I started writing it. It wasn't like that in the beginning, but when I wrote it, I was like, monologues. This is giving me a Fooly Cooly-esque vibe. Why don't I go on ahead and make all the monologues that I need? And we got a bunch of monologues. Not a whole lot. There's like at least 3 an episode with maybe a mini scattered around here and there. So I'd say yes. It has that monologue-esque kind of thing. It's different in the sense that it's not coming of age, but it's more so coming of adulthood or something. It's calling out a lot of things. Corruption, people who are blindly trusting others without knowing anything about them. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? Judging a book by its cover. That kind of stuff. Nothing too massive, really. I'd say it's definitely an interesting read. That I wish got more views, but apparently the mature drawings get a hell of a lot more attention, which makes sense because they're a mature series, obviously. They get way more attention than anything else. Who knows what will happen? Maybe we can get an anime made of that. It's 6 episodes. I finalized the script by reading through it again and just making sure everything is where it needs to be. So I'd say if there was an anime made of it, it would be, you know, good. Everything is good. Everything is set. Hopefully there isn't too many things that we would have to adjust to, like, ensure that stuff works. If there is, it's not that big of an issue. We try to adjust it, and then we send it. So long as nothing massive changes, like, the Pope is not supposed to be this, man. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's not supposed to be that, but he's doing that, and he's being a creep about it. That's the storyline. If he's not that, then you don't got a story. You just got a violent Pope that wants to beat people up. You have to have this particular character trait for this guy because it's supposed to reveal, like, the corruption within certain areas. There's, like, 4 different types of corruption. So, again, spoilers. You got a nun selling drugs for 10 years. You got 2 corrupt police officers who are enabling this and taking bribes from her. You've got a pedophilic priest. No surprise there. You've got the grandson of said drug dealer who's trying to blame somebody else for his grandmother's drug dealing, because it does get revealed. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the corruption there. There are some things that are like minor corruption, like you see the signs of something going wrong, but you don't take it in time because of your own traumas. There's like several different levels of traumas that some of the characters take. Alongside Violet basically just being this character who is free for the most part. And there's no massive traumatic there's no traumatic moments in general for Violet. She was the trauma, basically. She inflicts trauma on those who are not good. Not good at all. I could definitely tell you one thing. That priest definitely got trauma when Violet went on ahead and just... Now that was very Fooly Cooly inspired. And I figured it would be good to save that for the end because it feels like a nice build-up. You see it in the background in the first episode. You know what kind of character she is. Free, outgoing, does whatever the hell she wants. And then you see that again, that particular object again, being used in the most badass way possible. I don't want to spoil it too much there, but yeah, it's definitely nice. I do say Violet had such a strange yet interesting design because I'll show you the first drawing I did of Violet long ago. I don't even remember what album it was. Was it 37? No, it was either 37, 36, or 38. I think it was 36. Open 36. There we go. Yeah, here it is, Rocker Chick. This was her first design. You could tell by the fact that she had tattoos and the face was different. Now we see her in her current form. You've seen it before. Where she basically just a look-alike of this, right there. And you got the 3-foot-tall, 36-year-old midget. That's another thing that's different. But also it goes forth with a small character in the series. Yep. I gotta say, most people probably have never seen a series like this before. Even though some of the storytelling beats are probably the same as most others, I did try to give it my own spin with my own characters. And it's funny because it all came from a little short story miniseries, 6 episodes of Plight of the Unlaughable Goth. Followed by, of course, Forgotten Fling from the Past, which introduced Bridget. I tried to make it so that you didn't have to read Forgotten Fling from the Past to understand the story. Because obviously that kind of continues off of that particular story. Hiccup. No problem, just had to pump my heart manually, I think. I don't know if that's when it's like you're convulsing your chest, and that's how I fix hiccups for me. Only like a pump or a few. And look, it's gone. But as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. I might be a 28-year-old with dementia, but I completely forgot what I was talking about. And I forgot how that went too, but that's fine. Something about... the time frame, right, the timeline. Plight of the Unlaughable Goth, I don't know where the hell that was timeline-wise. But I can tell you one thing's for certain. the end of that series, the 6th episode of Plight of the Unlaughable Goth, took place on a Monday. Somewhere in summer, because at this point, the kids are not in... It's like summer vacation, but it's like, summer vacation at the church, because that would explain why we have kids at the church who are not in school, because there is no school during summer. There's apparently 104 days of summer vacation. I'm not going to continue that, but you know what I mean. I don't know why that's... 104 days sounds right? Am I right about that? There's 100... Yep, I was right. I'm going off of that confidently. But yes, there's 104 days of summer vacation. Every freaking time I remind myself of that while I'm talking about it, I just immediately go in to remind myself of 104 days, and then, it's always in song form. I don't know why. But yeah, it takes place maybe in August or July. If it's taking place in the time frame of Plight of the Unlaughable Goth, which, I could probably just look. Hey, it's right here. Perfect. And it was in July 23rd of 2022, close to August. Which, good question. When was that on our calendar? July 2022. Okay, here we go. What was the freaking number? Damn it. Well, it wouldn't really work anyways, because I think I posted that on a Friday. So let's say if it was in July, it would be 25. Or maybe it was the August 21st. That would be Monday through Friday. Well, if it was July 25th, it would be 25th to 29th. And then it is when the 104 days of summer vacation begins. Okay, July 23rd. So that was Saturday. So if it would be 20. The date the drawings are published are not concurrent of the timeline in the series. No, it's its own separate thing. So no, don't worry about that. I'd say it's best to just put it in August. August 1st to August 5th is when... technically speaking, August 2nd to August 5th is when Angels and Devils started. It's August 1st that was the end of Plight of the Unlaughable. No, it would have been on the 25th, because a week passes past that point. So no, it would be on the 25th. Then a week, because I forget, this is why because at one point I had Madeline be like, on a school night, but I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Wasn't it supposed to be in like August or something? So if it was August 25th, then because it was on a Monday, 1 week passes, 25th to August 1st, boom. And that's when Angels and Devils starts, or at least Forgotten Fling from the Past fully starts. It starts on July 25th, Forgotten Fling from the Past. Then in the second episode onwards, it essentially goes 1 week ahead, because that's enough time for the video that Claire and Violet made to cycle. And that's the only reason why Violet visited the church anyways, because Bridget and Sammy went to go take down a video that those two made. The church is just out here trying to pull their hands and removing naughty videos, porn, whatnot. That is very sad and pathetic life, to be Christian going into someone else's life who have made certain videos for other adults to enjoy, and they're like, no, take it down. We don't like that. So that's when it all started, basically. Now, this tree looks... Oh, I used to do that? I just took notice of I used to do that! Okay, if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, the thing I'm talking about is this. Why did I forget? I guess I know why, because it's hard to do that and make that look right. And plus, with all the shadows in there, it just looks like a freaking mess. I did that once before in a different drawing. What was that again? Is that 53? It would be Sunleaf Village, right? So let's look at that. Nope, not there. How about 54? No. Oh, to New Adventures. Okay, it's got to be either 55 or 56. That's Pine Quill Village. Ah, Sunleaf Village. Yeah, see this right here. Except this one's less massive and has more stuff there. And I think I erased part of the shadow there to make it look like. There's another thing I feel like I would like to try to learn better is to make better shadows. Shadows is a bit more difficult because you gotta follow. Wait, am I on background? Okay, let me click on Ash so I don't forget. You gotta somehow have it follow a very particular way of doing things. I mean, I get the process of having it be against the light. That's pretty simple. A process I sometimes forget to do, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and it depends, really. Alright, let's see. Looks like there's another path up here. So what I'm going to do is draw this path here. How much time has passed by? Whew, brain. Over 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm buying it all the time. My brain is tired. Very tired. Also, oh, right. I'll do it a little bit later. I gotta record my PlayStation controller because I'm thinking of recording Sonic Adventures 2 tonight, so I have more time tomorrow to do Terraria. Because I might go 3 to 4 hours in Terraria now because I have so much to do and not enough time to get it done with, which is terrible. You have no clue just how big of projects I'm working on here. 3 hours of work, and we only got done with like a quarter of a damn tunnel. Which is not that bad. It's close. It's like 3,000 or so, and it's not even that. I mean, we have to get materials, obviously, but that's a whole other story. Okay, this is a good question. These look like pine trees. Not color-wise, just shape-wise. Alright, I don't think I need to do much here. Just get a nice beginning here. And then we do what we need to do. Yeah, we have some here. We got some here. Weird. I mean, I could just do something different with this, but it's fine. Apparently that's all in the texture. I did shading here. I did lines here, right? I mean, I could, yeah, wait, hold on. Good idea, because this is an old drawing. It doesn't take eons for me to open it up. I'm going to go to album 8, and I'm going to look at what I did in the beginning. Scarlet Apple. Oh, I could redraw that too. Scarlet Apple. I'm looking at something else here. Yeah, I'll look. Where's, okay, let me see the effects here real quick. Damn, a black overlay. Gave it a darker look. Such archaic freaking effects that I did. There's darkness now called shadows. Lesser light. What? Light and lesser light? Man, what the fuck? I'm looking at this. It looks like ancient text. Ancient tongue. Darkness for shadow. Lesser light for sunlight. Light for sunlight. Leaves light. The sky itself. The sepia, which I don't even know what the hell that texture was. Wait a minute. Where's my outline? Yeah, there's my outline. If I were to remove all of this. Jesus. Remove all of this, including the effects. Yeah, there was outlines. I just don't have paths here for some reason. I guess I deleted the paths in the end. Yeah, that's what it was. Jeez, this one had way more freaking branches. The hell was I thinking when making this? Wait, is that a branch too? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I thought this was a path. This is a branch. I'm kerfuffled. I thought this was an actual path. Wait a minute. You're telling me this was a... You're telling me a gingerbread this man? Wait, then why the hell are you... Hold on. Leaves, tree branch. Oh my god, that's a tree branch. And I don't even think there was a bush there. There was no bush. There is a path, but it's that path over there. Oh my god. I'm glad I looked into this. Yeah, we got leaf lights down there for some reason. Branches coming off of that. We used to do branches. Now we don't do branches anymore. It's funny how much work we've changed as we improve, but how little work has removed it. So you're telling me that there's nothing there. Okay. Alright. I see how it is. And I guess this is kind of different. What the hell is the shape of this tree? Because if you look at it, it's like a freaking zoop. This apple's actually pretty goddamn huge. You know what? No, it's fine. Big apple. A new apple. The big apple. Woo. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and we used to do grass and grass. We used to do grass in that format. I'm going to do the rest of these before I even bother with any more add-ons. We used to do grass in that format, just making it green. Now we just put dirt in there. Then we put grass on top. See, some things we used to do a lot more effort on. But all of that was traded over as we went and got new skills and instead focused all of that on that part of the skill. Like, for the instance, this bit here, which I guess I could probably try to make it a bit smaller. Well, actually, I could do the top first. Yeah, this bit right here, which is basically just putting in all the grass. It's very little effort to just make it green and then make a texture on the ground. But going on and doing this, I guess technically, no, because this still allows me to have the grass go over everything. Well, yes, technically I could make it green and it would work. It wouldn't have that same flow that the grass has. You can have the grass go over everything. Which, I mean, in nature, grass usually is overgrown, right? Like, if we didn't exist, and lawnmowers and gardening equipment, okay, that's too big. Gardening equipment didn't exist, I think every bit of grass would grow ginormously, unless, we get, like, animals consuming the grass constantly, because there are some that do consume grass. They do more than touch the grass, they eat grass. They touch it inside of themselves, which does not sound good. I'm going to be honest with you. The cat's now retreating back underneath the blankets. Well, I'm glad you're out of heat, cat. Oh yeah, we can do falling leaves, because it looks like there is falling leaves in that one. It does feel nice going back and redoing certain drawings. There is one that I would like to redo now that I looked at it. I mean, I could probably just go into my artworks idea. Oh, wait, before I forget. First of all, did I remove this? It would be... Yeah, okay, I removed that. It would be in sci-fi. We don't have a lot in sci-fi, so, soothing... Whoops. Long ago. What was it called originally, so I don't... Yeah, that works. I want to redraw that one. You can see it. Alright, if you want to see it, go to my DeviantArt and when the time comes. Well, no, you can still see it. It's album 8. Just type in Android. I think you can find it without any issue. Matter of fact, I'm going to test that real quick. Don't you worry. I'll be done in a minute. Android, without any hashtags. Damn. Okay, how about with hashtags? Because you probably have to shift through a lot of stuff. Did I even hashtag Android? I mean, yeah, for Fade and Luna, but that's... Oh, yeah, hashtag Android. You'll find it. Unless I add something else, it's the second one to the second to last one down below. Yeah. Terrible. Simply terrible. The anatomy is terrible. This is an album 8 drawing, but it's still terrible. My anime has improved. It's not the best, but definitely has improved since that. So yeah, I definitely would like to redraw that one. Especially with the effects in that one. Could you imagine the current effects that I've got? It would be so good. Just not for the perverted reasons. That's just completely different. That one's just a satisfying looking drawing. The colors look perfect, kind of deal. It looks perfect for what would be my current style. We have improved a lot. I don't know if I'm going to constantly draw old drawings, but that's definitely one thing that I want to do. And I have like 3 slots in sci-fi that are question marks, 2 now. Well, there was one that involved that one Valley girl that I did in that sex coaster drawing. You want to talk about freaking perverted. Whew, you haven't seen the Pounder coaster. My God, man. But, yeah, that if you want to see that, it's only $10 to view. It's not that much, considering the fact that I have, like, over 60 at this point. Actually, I could probably just look it up on my galleries. I have it saved there just to easily track how much I've made. I forgot to download something, but we're on 60. We are on 60. I'm just going to go back. Do I want to scroll down, or does it not matter? Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's not a lot of scrolling. Now I shall download it. Alright, that should be downloaded. I'm going to back out, put that into that folder. 60. 60 drawings for $10. And if you continue to spend $10, it's $5 a drawing of new drawings. I'd say it's worth it. The Laughter Academy series is pretty good. We got an interesting character that I am liking so far, which is basically somewhat semi-inspired off of Magulu. You know, except for the whole magic, Bienfu, tragic past, that kind of stuff, basically. No, she's more inspired off of, like, her whimsical nature. And the one thing different about her is her ability to break through the 4th wall, which is for comedic effects. So yes, I would say she's definitely an interesting character. Noelle's definitely interesting too. The main character. A foreigner that does not know how to use magic. She's got herself in quite the pickle, don't she? So she's got an interesting story going into a magic folks academy without even realizing that magic existed. It's almost like Hogwarts, but except a castle that is shrouded in kind of a magic that prevents people from going there is actually in a different realm. And also, there's no Voldemort or anything like that. Nope, it's just Noelle against the professors, as well as a few Boldy students. Yep. I wouldn't say it's entirely inspired off of that. I don't remember what reason I had to want to make that series. I don't remember how the hell it came into my mind, but I could definitely tell you one thing. Harry Potter was not on my mind when I made that. Sorry to disappoint. I don't remember. I think it had something to do with Elementals Reborn. And then I was thinking about... I think I trailed off of that thought and went to Laughter Academy. Because this was like years ago. Or not years ago. This was during Adventurous Ami's creation process. So a couple to a year and a half or so ago. Who can say? The years are blending together. Kind of. Yeah, they are kind of blending together. But my body might age, but my mind does not. So I'm still kind of stuck in the... Don't matter what year it is, I'm creating, that's all that matters. Although I am a bit upsetty that we're getting closer and closer to the days where we have a greater chance of death, Because now that means there might be a chance I might not be able to finish any of my series. Because of something either unexpected or expected. I don't know. I want to create. Which is why I'm hoping that when I die, my soul transfers over into whatever the hell aether there is so that I can continue to create for as long as I want. But essentially becoming a creating god. Or just reborn because whatever god decided I didn't learn my lesson just puts me back in here and I just restart the cycle all over again. Could you imagine I somehow managed to gain my memories back of my previous life by just looking at my creations? Ah, that would be nice. Just like if I can ever get to a point where I acquire fame and wealth, money, fame, power, the One Piece. I don't know if that would even occur. The process of put it on hold, and if a reincarnated version of me comes in, says the passwords, answers all the questions right, that's me. I'm reborn. And then I get my wealth in my prestige life. If we can ever get to that point, which I don't know when we will, or if we can. I would hope I've created enough to a point where I've acquired the attention of some big people who wants to spend their money on my vision. I just want to make sure that I always retain 100% of rights to my property. That's, I feel like, is the one thing I'm going to be very adamant about. Because if, the Warner Brothers route is, if we have it, we get rid of it, apparently. Which I don't think I would ever accept anything from them, any offer from them, because I'd be like, well, how am I supposed to know? First of all, if it's going to even last a season, let alone be allowed to be let out. We'd have to negotiate a contract where you have no choice but to post it, that I have 100% rights, and if you guys don't want to continue creating it, that's fine. I have the right to make another studio create it, kind of deal. And if they don't want it, oh well. I want 100% rights to my own creation. If that's so much to ask for, apparently to them, yes. Then again, they probably would never accept new IP anyways, so that wouldn't come to play. Now, there were no rocks in the original, but I want to make rocks here. And I also might just add some more things in here so it's not just a barren landscape full of nothing but stuff. Rocks. I would be extremely adamant on making sure that I retain the rights to my own creation. Because, obviously, it's my creation. My pride in my creation. I don't think that's too much of a big ask, if you ask me. I feel like that seems pretty reasonable. Would they see it that way? Probably not. But I don't care. My creation, my rules. But wait, before I copy that, I'm going to save these rocks in case I do them again. In case I use them again, not do them again. Man, we really want to do inanimate objects. We come out with them innuendoous zingers. I wouldn't call them zingers, but you know what? Some people might find it funny. Maybe not a lot, but some. Alright, let's see. Yeah. I don't think YouTube would ever pick up. I'm still going to keep trying it because why not? It's fun. I can talk to myself and get used to speaking, even though my frickin' brain explodes trying to come up with proper words. But it's still fun to do. I would say that's the one thing I have one up on most YouTubers out there. Despite having to work a job I hate, I can basically do whatever I want with my channel. I don't have to worry about the limitations of, oh, will this do good in views? I don't need to worry about that. I have hundreds, if well, not thousands, but we're close to 1,000. I got hundreds of videos that have literally not even 2 digits of views. But I'm still doing it. I'm still trying. I am nothing but persistent, that's for certain. Normal people would just be like, you know what, I tried, I give up. Or I'll continue to improve, I guess. Maybe someday I'll make it. But no, I just keep doing this. Because it's basically a hobby at this point. Good way to get words out there. Good way to get canceled if you say the dumbest things possible. Good way to just have an excuse to play games. That's really what it is. Like, I don't remember at first, but I think it was like, what, Minecraft? Minecraft was the first series we made, right? I think it was. I don't know if I can even scroll through it. I mean, I could probably just go to Manage Videos real quick and go all the way to the back. I mean, Sonic Adventures gets like double digits, and there has been some times where it's got like triple digits, like episode 138 where we have somebody spamming comments. Apparently, his Chow is in pain. Hold on, let me read through it. It's apparently spring. Well, by the time you posted that, you were wrong. There was apparently 2 strong Chows, 1 character, heart, fruit, and mushroom. Then they stole his. I don't know what they stole. Apparently Mario stole whatever he stole from this fellow. And he made his Chows go in pain, so Mario punted this poor guy's Chow. I'm telling you, it's just Shadow 2005. Now this is just Shadow. I can't be bought. Now Shadow's trying to buy this guy. Cat Boo? No clue who the hell that is. Whether he's saying boo to cat or cat boo, he's trying to scare cat. Stand on the box. You're on a box. This guy took a trip down. Shadow sold him LSD. He can't be bought, but he did bought LSD, and now he's on a box. Now I'm on a box. Don't fee him. I rescue your Chow, you rescue No Name. No clue what that was. I think No Name was there, but we didn't sell him until the last one. You want rescue? I think this guy's crying out for help. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think Mario heard him and stole from him. Then Shadow sold him LSD, and now he's gone? I don't know, something happened to him. We got sidetracked. Where is the... That's not gonna help. Is there no last page button? Really? I'm not gonna... Wait, don't do that. I'm not gonna sort through that. Wait, oldest. Yeah, look at the oldest, of course. Yeah, it started with Art Time for a couple of episodes. Then Minecraft started. And it was a mix between Art Time and Minecraft. Beginning Art Time was like the most frequent series. It wasn't until... Where is it? Where are you? There's a lot of Art Time series. Where? What? Yeah, there was Room Vlog. After episode 33 of Minecraft, I didn't do anything with that. Where is it? The thing that I need to see. The thing. Where are you? There it is. It wasn't until after episode 46 of Minecraft and episode 37 of Art Time that Sonic Adventures 2 occurred. And then that's when that started. So yeah, it was Art Time, then it was Minecraft. Then there was, well, before it was Space Blaster's Dream Project, but I abandoned that. I don't know why I abandoned that. I just did. Wait, was I shading? I guess I am shading. What was I shading before? Was I shading these? I don't know. I lost track of where the hell I was or what I was doing. Uh-oh. Everything is... Okay, good. We're good. Everything's fine. Well, needless to say, we've made progress. How much progress? Not a lot. But video-wise, we've made a lot. View-wise, subscriber-wise, we did make progress on views and subscribers. Very slow amount of progress, but we're making progress. I ain't giving up. That was what I was really talking about. I remembered now. So I'm gonna keep on trying. Gonna keep on trying. See what happens. I'm still gonna treat it as a hobby, though. If it gets money, good. If it doesn't, oh well. I'm not putting all of my bank on YouTube to get me the fame I need, but it does allow me to continue playing games. Oh yeah, that was the original conversation point. Right, I was talking about the whole fact that I started this not only just to have art time, but that is an excuse to stay in the same world in Minecraft, to build in the same world, essentially. That was my excuse. YouTube, it was my excuse to play Minecraft. Now it's the excuse to play Sonic Adventures 2, and an excuse to play Terraria, and an excuse to play Played Up and all the other games. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just an excuse for me to play these games. It doesn't do anything, doesn't give me any views, doesn't, like, I mean, I do kind of want to do Solo Lethal Company once Raft series starts. There'll be like 6 consecutive series going on at once. I don't know how the hell that's going. I was thinking of maybe at some point trying to get to 7, but to do that, I need to get to a point where I have like an hour recording of a video. I don't think I could do that with Minecraft or Terraria. I don't think it would work with Minecraft or Terraria because those 2 series are so creation heavy based that if I were to do that, I'm just not going to have any time to create. Even 2 hours is not enough. And Minecraft is barely enough to get 2 houses built. Oh, if they're small houses, then it seems to be close to enough. But the point is, those 2 series has to be 2 hours. And with Sonic Adventures 2 on the 1 hour instance, and maybe at some point after Sonic Adventures 2 ends, which who knows when that's going to be. Well, I know when that's going to be. When Cat and Tack reaches quintuple S rank and then goes into their respective Chaos forms, as well as soon-to-be Act. That is essentially when I would decide to go on ahead and finish the series off and see if I can start Warframe with the same account, but having to reset it. I'm hoping they would let me do that. I really hope they do. Because I want to start from the complete beginning, but I don't want to have to make another account. Like, I don't know what they would need to do to completely reset it. I don't know why they don't have data resets. Maybe there's like some special request you can be like, yeah, I want to start a YouTube series on this, but I want to use the same account. I don't want to do any extra account making to make it a bit more convenient for me to get to it. But I don't think that's going to work. It might work, it might not work. I don't have to worry about that until 300 more episodes because Cat and Tack are going to take eons to get to their reincarnation phases. Technically, if I stayed in the garden for all the time, it takes like, what, 12 hours for them to grow up and go into their reincarnation phase. So, logically speaking, it shouldn't take long at all, right? 12 hours an episode if I feed them a bunch of tasty fruit. I don't think it matters that much because it's such a minute amount. But if I feed them a bunch of tasty fruit, it goes by quicker. It's just the same thing over and over again. But there are some funny moments. We've gone into the modding aspect here, essentially. So there is some uniqueness to it. Okay, let's see. It is bright daylight. I do feel as though I need to add that giant ash tree branch, but I don't know if I want to. Like I said, this is a redraw, but it's also a remaster. That's right, remaster of a drawing. Nice, right? Nice indeed. Nice indeed. So, yeah. Remastered. Also, I'm going to probably have a beard on for that episode of Sonic Adventures 2, because like I said, I want to try to record it tonight if I can. Which is fine. I usually always shave on a Friday. But it is nice to have like a clean face, you know, so that people don't have to see this terrible beard that doesn't. I mean, I grow it, but it doesn't grow like a normal beard, and I don't like it. I don't want this. So we shave it. Indeed, we do. So, cat's still asleep, which is great. Means that she's not going to be bugging me. But she's not in heat anymore, I don't think. We need to get that taken care of at some point. Right now, my dad had went through surgery, so I have to wait until he's recovered, and then we go on ahead and get you taken care of, Cat. I can't imagine how much pain you're in, probably physically, but mostly emotionally, every time you're just out there screaming out the window for a male cat, and then you are disappointed as no male cats materialize in front of you. You're probably extremely disappointed. Am I right? Yep. That silence determines it. Or the silence confirms it, dumbass brain. Alright, flowers. Harold flowers. Where are the flowers? I got shrooms, but I don't got flowers. Oh. Should I use different? Because it's funny. I made this brush for that one drawing from a while. Do I even remember where the hell I drew that? Was it album 50? Yeah, perfect. First try. Bunny basket. If you know what this is, then you know what this is. And you're probably very scared for that bunny. I did do an episode on this, didn't I? I think I did. But that's where I got that from, if you're wondering. Yep. Yep-a-rooney. Yep-a-rooney and flowers. Flowers. Boo! Ha ha! He's a squatter. I like how Dale isn't like, my porta potty, but rather he's like, ha ha, laughing at Hank's downfall. Got some flowers in the bushes. Wait a freaking minute. You're not where you're supposed to go. Whoops. Okay, here we go. I gotta use that tool more often, too. I don't use every single tool available to me. I don't know what tools I don't really use that much. I don't even know how the hell I can use the history brush. Like, at what point can I use the history brush tool? I don't even know what the healing brush is. What is this thing? Sample? Pattern? I don't know what the healing brush is. Nor the patch tool. Things I do not use. Should I use it? I don't know. I'm not really missing out on anything. I'm still able to make what I'm able to make without it. I mean, what is learning it how to use it going to do for me? That's a good question. I imagine most of those tools are meant to be used for fixing up a photo. Because Photoshop is supposed to be used for manipulating photos. I use it to draw it from scratch, as you can clearly see. So, it would make sense that most tools I wouldn't use. Because obviously, most tools aren't needed for certain jobs. Drawing from scratch, doing the texture thingy. I've done this for 9 years. I can't imagine me doing anything else that doesn't involve using Photoshop. This is my tool of trade right here. I don't know what else I would be able to utilize that isn't going to, like, make me have to, I don't know, try a different style. I would probably just continue to use this for the rest of time. I don't think I would ever get the updated version. Because first of all, I'd be worried about losing certain tools. I mean, I shouldn't have to worry about it, but, you know, newer versions seems to want to remove certain tools like the burn, all the other stuff. Some stuff I don't use as much, like the stretch, the smear, and the blur, but Point still stands. I do not wish to upgrade. Plus, it costs money for some reason when the older versions cost free. When I say cost money, I think there's like a subscription. Is Photoshop a subscription? I want to check because I feel like it was. Is Photoshop, subscription based? There's several Creative Cloud plans. You can purchase it as a standalone app for $23 a month. Yeah, no, thanks. I will stick with Photoshop 7. My mother gave this to me, and I have been using this for pretty much 9 years. The rest of my Photoshop career, I will stick with this. I do not need anything else. This has everything I need. Old-fashioned in that way, but also it's just, I don't want to spend $23 for something I'm not making any money off of. Even if I was making any money off of it, do I want to try to learn how to use a newer version? I mean, I'm sure all the tools are still there. I'm sure everything still works the same. I'm sure there's probably shortcuts that are changed, but I can probably adjust it. But I prefer this version. This version has everything I need. Also, you should be above the rocks. This version is everything I need. And more. For $23 a month. That is insane. Especially with how much things, cost. I don't even know if you can get Photoshop 7 like normally anymore. My mother just has it on a hard drive. So I basically am set there. I have it on a hard drive as well as a startup. So I will never have to worry about it. Of course I want to be able to utilize this particular version because I've been used to it for 9 goddamn years. So it makes sense that I don't want to have to change up what I have done. Okay, we're going to get some sticks in here. Decrease your size. Here's something that I haven't really been using as much as I would like. Sticks. Stick. Hey, look. Stick. That's nice stick. I'll just use these two. I don't need to use much here. Whoops. I don't even know how much of this is going to really stick. Get it? Stick. The Duke laugh. There's this very particular skit that I have done with Dukes, the Duke duplicates in their stories, where it's just like 3 Dukes laughing at like this chicken, but I think it's an ROTC cat or something, and they're like, it's a chicken. It's a chicken. And there's another Duke that's like, and one Duke's just like, balk. I don't know why. I don't remember if the Dukes were the first. If Duke Nukem was the first duplicate that I have ever made. All I can tell you is that it exists, and I don't know why it exists. I mean, I think the first duplicate I ever made was the Pluskies, and I've told you their story, and I do not feel like telling their story again. But I do believe that they were the first duplicates that I have ever made, followed by the ROTC cats, which I think was made as a means to try to combat against the Pulaskis, because it seems like the cats are constantly violent towards Pulaskis, and I don't blame them. The Pulaskis are a scourge. They are terrible. You have no clue. They're so mind-numbingly stupid. It's painful. We got flowers over here. And we move the flowers down a bit. But then there were the Dukes, which I think are like the current form of duplicates that we've got, followed by crossbreeds, which I don't remember when those were made. It's a shame, but there's no records of that stuff. Like, the duplicates as well as the crossbreed variations have all just been creations that I have thought up of. I haven't really done anything with them yet. At least I don't think I did. I have done some drawings with Dukes, and they might be duplicate. And I guess technically speaking, if you count Terraria Nukem Edition, I have been doing duplicates for a while now. So regardless, I mean, there are, I guess if that's the case, there is some kind of, what do you call it, written information about duplicates. It's just hidden underneath like hours upon hours of videos that I do not feel like combing over. So, yeah, and that's just what it is. And it's fine. I don't need to gain information about the duplicates. We don't really need to worry about it too much. I have a general idea and remembrance of what the duplicates are. I just don't remember it 100%, which is a shame, but what can you do? Wait a minute, I need this texture. Also, I need you to not be that. Make it 5. Yeah, it's like exposure. Exposure on the frickin' what you call it? Not like it matters. I don't think I would ever use that version anyways. I don't even know what the recent version is. I think I've just read some people complaining about it not being good. I'm just sticking with 7. I'm sticking with tried and true number 7. Wait, 10. Oh, there you all are. I see. Don't worry, I see you. Dyeing this apple looks good, but I feel like it's a bit too dark. Let's see if I can adjust the apple a little bit, give it more of a texture. This kind of makes it have that texture to it, you know? Okay. Now I'm going to try to get a faint shadow in. Nothing too big. And I know I can get spots as well. Do I want to use the tier brush? I feel like the tier brush would probably work well with getting the spots that we need. I just need to get like the right exposure. Talking about realistic apples, but we're not talking about, well, this is a giant apple. It could just be a big apple, really. Right. I did have that idea. Hold on, before I forget. I want leaves to fall. See, I keep coming across the problem of me forgetting how to do, or me forgetting to do certain things, which was my original plan, have leaves fall. I almost forgot to do that. Isn't that annoying? Falling leaves. I mean, I guess we don't have to have anything coming off of that. It's not like it's that big of an issue anyways. The wind is blowing. All the leaves are moving. We've been at this for an hour and a half, surprisingly. I'm getting close to done. Well, close, but not close enough. I mean, anything is going to look a hell of a lot better than the first one. It looks good, but of course it's going to look good. If I were to do this like a while ago, it would still look good. We wouldn't have like all the brushes here. We probably wouldn't even have a flower field. We probably would have made it 1 for 1, but because I have more brushes to work with and a hell of a lot more things to work with, it's good. We got bushes, we got flowers, we got some sticks, we got some rocks, got some big trees in the back, a couple pine trees, and a bunch of other big trees in the back. I don't know what else I want to put here. I mean, I guess... Hold on. I guess what we can do is delete some of these road bits here. Because this is a thing that we always seem to just not do. And that's delete some of the pathing. Let's see. It doesn't look like most of this is going to get shown, so that's good. I don't know why the hell I keep doing the Minecraft path here. I mean, that's what I did in this drawing. There's like a yellowish path in the background. I mean, cool. Whoops, that's not. that's not what I want. I want to go to this tool. Clearly there's some merit to patting down dirt path. This is just dirt path, though. Not pat down grass. I think that's what that is supposed to be, but doesn't really matter. Okay, go to the ground. Good. Okay. Now, here's a good question. Do I want to try to do that thing again? Because there is a way you can do that without too many issues. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with these. Okay, this one's definitely going to be interesting because... I mean, You know, there is that. Can I select all of this? Do clay deletes layer set properties? No. I mean, here's what I could do. Copy this. Put it into one. Let's see here. Layer property? No. Also, I'm trying to see if there's a way I can do this without having to move it a little bit. Transform? No. Ugh. Okay, how about just one? No. Frick. Redo. Wait, select all. I don't even need to use this. This is an option that I have all of the ability to do at any point in this, but I barely use it. I mean, I guess if I'm just nudging it down by one and then moving it, it theoretically should just work without any issues. For that matter, are you feathered? No. I don't think this one matters, but are you feathered? No, you're not. Good, great, fantastic. So now theoretically that should work. This is a thing that I could have done ages ago. That I could be doing, but it's something I just don't do. And when I have stuff like this, I just go on ahead and just put the shadows on. And look, this is a new style, our new style compared to what we did long ago. Might as well try to come up, or not come up with, but double down on a thing that I knew that I could do, but really didn't like the way it does its thing. I don't know why I did. I mean, I guess if there's some characters with aura, it makes it difficult. Like, I mean, with the background, you don't really need it anyways. With the background, I just do it without that. But with characters that have, like, I guess, certain aspects to them, like, maybe they have, like, grass cape, but no. They have, like, leaves on them. Oh, you're crawling out the blanket? Moo Mow? You finally out of heat? Good. I say that you were out of heat before, but I wasn't too sure because, you know, it's difficult with you. What's wrong, Momo? Just give me that tired look. Nudge. You just gonna lick your chaps instead? Okay. Alright, Momo. Mom will pet you head, give you attention so you don't go back into heat for some stupid reason. Scratch under the chin. Across the face. Or cheek, I should say. Across the other cheek. Under ear. In ear. That's not gonna work because I can't get a on nose. Never mind, you're moving your head. There you go, Cadillac. That lasted a week. I really hope that your damn cycle is finally finished. 6 damn times. In heat for 1 week, then not, then again, then not, then again, and so on until 6 goddamn cycles occur. Something definitely feels wrong, but it could just be it's not constant. I don't even know what constant is, but I feel like constant is you're just constantly in heat. You're just cycling in and out of it. Winter to spring, that would make sense. So I'm hoping that this is finished 6 times the bloody charm, right, cat? I got all the shadow here? I did. Good. Great. Fantastic. Is that good? Because I usually just go by, what you call it. I mean, the edges don't look bad. There's like some bits that are like that, but that's usually like that anyways, even when I do the select thing. So it's fine. I don't think I need it on the falling leaves. They're falling leaves. They don't need it that much. Okay, so clearly there's some sunlight happening here, as you can see with most of the shadows here being under here. So there's like some lighting here. I have an idea with this one. I don't want it to be too dark. I guess it won't really matter that much when we put in the effects. See, this is the one thing that I gotta try to do better with the effects, for the shadows, I mean. I gotta try to have the shadows follow suit with the object. Like, it doesn't have to be hard shadows. Soft shadows to replicate where the objects are facing. Give you a general idea on what the, the size and the distance, and also just a nice extra thing to do with the shadows. See, this would be the thing where I would do that tactic, and I probably should. I guess this is what got me down that trap of, well, I don't need to do that. I could just go around it and then just have some darkness in the sky. We really should do it, but we didn't. We did it for this one, which is an improvement. But we didn't do it for the rest of it. So, back to square one, I guess. I guess that's pretty much all in that department. And this was before we even had fog, too. I don't know what made me think about putting fog in here. I think we're done with this. I don't need this swatch anymore. Nor that I really needed to begin with anyways. That's effects. I was thinking about maybe having... Oops, no, fog. I was thinking about maybe having the branch, for some reason, that's just out here in a completely different color from the rest of the tree. Oh, actually, no, most of the tree does look kind of pale-ish. This one is more darker. Hey, look, it's a new apple, it's a new tree, it's a new year, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new Dick. How did I go to Dick? I don't know, but we went to Dick's. Sporting Good. That's strange, I've never gone there before. Damn you, commercial placement head. The microchip device is what we would say when the future comes and we are forced to have microchip brains. Yep. I don't know how I would feel about that. I would prefer to have my consciousness transferred into an android, if at all possible. I think I've said it before. Will I say it again? I don't really remember, nor do I feel like trying to remember what I said before. So good luck finding it. There's your scavenger hunt. Sun rays. From an archaic system to the modernized effects. I gotta say, I do like the way everything turned out. Because we did not have a single light ray here. Wait. How could I forget? The whole reason I made this particular brush, which I think that's in the particles, or is that Misc? It's on Misc, right. Leaf Break Shadow Brush. The whole reason for that is to... wait. Okay, I'll make that bigger. To have some leaf breaks here. But only in this area. I wonder if I can somehow have some more light coming down onto here. You know, I could bring back an old archaic system to make the shadows here a bit more brighter. Bright spots. And I can use that new technique I have discovered. Hold on. Well, I could probably just do this. What? I nudged it. Where are we? What? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me try. Let me try seeing what this did, if anything. It didn't do shit. Well, that's disappointing. Well, I don't know. Let me just back out so I don't have the nudge there. We could just go into overlay at 100. Where? I'm in the wrong freaking tool. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just keep trying to delete some of this here so it's more open. No, I'm nudging the outline. Hold on. Nudge. Where in the hell is this? And why is it not showing? Like, okay, you see the way that is, right? It's still doing something, but it's not. This is a new thing I'm trying to do, so clearly it's not going to work the way I think it does. Let me see something real quick. What if I get rid of this? No, it does nothing. So, wait, hold on. What is your problem, broski? Because theoretically, I mean, I guess technically, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's just grabbing the whole thing. Usually there's like something there to like have a middle bit, right? Because that's what this did when I did the thing. You don't see shadows in here when I did that, right? So what makes you different? Is it because the shadows here? Okay, I got an idea. That's the wrong shadow. I'm going to make several shadows. Whoops. Until it's nothing but pitch black darkness. That might be a bit too much, but it's fine. Select canvas, move up, move down. Okay, that worked. So now we got our bright spots here. That's flowers. Bright spot. Oh, and inverse. Okay. Okay, alright, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. We might have to tone down the brightness a little bit, but that's fine. We're getting somewhere. Ooh, it's not bad. Let me get rid of the brightness here, though. Okay. Now I take this, bring it not that much down. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Instead of just constantly going for overlay, let me see what else we can do. Okay, so soft light, hard light, no. Vivid light, no. Looks like radiation. Linear light, pin light, difference, exclusion, hue, saturation, color, luminosity. Huh. Darken, multiply, color burn, linear burn, lighten, screen, color dodge, linear dodge. Okay, so far overlay seems to look better. There's some of these have certain use case scenarios, and some I haven't figured out yet, but it's fine. It's fine. I did what I set out to do, which was get that taken care of. You are now back where you need to be, because it doesn't matter what the hell I make you. We've been at this for almost 2 hours, but we're almost done, so it's not much left. So we took that particular thing that we did with underlying tree branches, modified it, and it looks a hell of a lot better now. I dare say that's a new technique, though it is a bit more work put into it. And it's not like we need to use it that often, but it's there. It does exist. And the fact that it exists now means that I have that knowledge. I think I already kind of had that knowledge, but I just never really bothered going into it and doing anything with it. Like, the select and highlight all the bits of the thing there, you saw how that one worked. I imagine if there's any opacity differences, then it's probably not going to look good. Sun particles. Man, it's incredible just how much we've improved since the last time. This is an Album 8 drawing, if I haven't mentioned it. I'm sure I have, but an Album 8 drawing that was made so long ago. We definitely are in the beginning sections, the humbling beginnings, except I guess it is a bit more further ahead than normal. I've improved so much. I've learned so many new techniques, made so many stories. The me who made that drawing originally, that this is a remake of, could never have imagined I'd get to this point, where I'm creating an actual full-on series. It feels nice. Feels nice. Feels accomplishing, you know? I'm still amazed that I haven't experienced any form of burnout. The only burnout I feel is with frickin' work. And yeah, sitting here for hours on end is a bit tiresome. Believe it or not, sitting for a long period of time is tiresome, especially if you got terrible posture. I keep forgetting. My brain remembers posture. I'm like, oh, wait, right, I need to go and lay backwards. Or not, lay backwards. I wonder what that is. What's laying backwards? Am I laying on my stomach or laying on my back? Who knows? I guess laying backwards is laying in the opposite direction that you usually lay in. You can lay on your stomach, and you can lay on your back. You can't lay backwards. Okay. Rolling. Let me get the effects done first before I do the little mist cover on the ground. So, light orange area. And let me switch over to effects before I forget. There we go. Alright, plain head. Is that the light orange I want, or do I want this one? Oh yeah, that one's much better. That one's a hell of a lot better. I'm glad I went for that. I'm glad I went that. Yeah, also I'm still trying to use that color technique to some extent. I can definitely see the color looking good. It's just, we gotta figure out what is going to work well for it, you know? Not too much here. I would say maybe some yellow here. That one I'm not sure. I definitely see pink looking good here. But where exactly? Maybe have it encompassing most of the area so it's bright. Nice and bright. Some on the apple. Yeah, that is a good question. Should most of the other drawings, not the ones that take place in Chrome... wait, I just reminded myself I gotta get rid of the food section in others. Yeah, I got 2 more food items left. I wonder if I should look in the old drawings and see if I can redraw some food items that I made long ago. Seeing that I have improved by a lot, I do think that that's a good idea. It's more so just to see if I can make it look a hell of a lot better. And I have to say, I do like the way this looks. I can kind of guarantee it, but can I really? I don't know. Blue, too much. How about a bit of purple? No. Dull purple. Okay, purple seems to look better here, so purple. There we go. I'm sure I can get teal somewhere around here. Let me try to get teal again. I'm sure I can. Maybe. I gotta try to get more teal-based effects. None of these how about... Yeah, nice blue. Dark blue? Now too blue. Still too blue and too dark. Purple? No, still too dark. How about this shade of purple? No. Orange? I mean, and this one is a lot bright. Well, it's just dark green. It's very, what's the word? And this just looks sunsetty. I don't want it to be sunset. Too yellow. Do I not have anything? I mean, there's a duller yellow. Yeah, but I don't really like that either. How about greenish? I do kind of like the green, though, actually. What is this? It is a light green teal. That's a big-ass freaking description if I've ever seen one. There has... I mean, I could just make another... Oh, what about brown area? Brown area. Meant to press 3, but it didn't press. It's fine. You can't see it, so you don't have to worry about it. I mean, it looks good, but is that really what I want? Oh, wait, what if we did the brown area up here? And it just makes it look like it's more of a sunset, which is not what we're trying to go for here. We're trying to go for, like, high in the sky. There's a lot of light. What am I missing? Like, I could get some yellow areas. We already got one, so we can just get some of it here. Not too much. Okay, idea. I can do this. Just a little bit of this. But instead of 30, 20. About 15. Okay, 15 looks better. Get me out of the freaking opacity text box. And get rid of some of this. And we could actually... We don't have to delete that. All I gotta do is just take the bright spot and change it to like 70 or 80. Yeah, that works. Alright, we got our dark blue area. Let me try to get some... No, not yellow. Color in here. Okay, let's see. Oh, it does give it that nice sepia look. But I don't know if that's what I want. See, it makes it duller, which in some cases is good. But in this case, it's not. Well, maybe in that case. Wait, let me see if I can find a nicer blue to go along with it. Because this is kind of what I have been in need of. Okay. So we take that, we delete some of the bits near the tree. Kind of looks good as it is, but what if I go 20? Okay, 20 is better. If I delete some around here and keep this brightly lit. Yeah, that actually kind of works. Let me see if I can try this again. No. How about if I put in some nice light blue? Again, it kind of makes it dull. So I don't want to use it too much. Use it sparingly. I've been trying to use that ever since I did Noel and the Secre drawing. Noel and Narrow drawing. Sepia. But that one only worked well because it was basically just supposed to be semi-grayscaled. The sepia is where most of the color changes, the massive color changes are at. That barely does anything. I can see it, but it's not prominent enough for me to want to use it. Alright, 2 orange. I do like the brighter look here. I used to do just one tone sepia, but then we changed it to have multiple tone sepias to change up like certain aspects of the drawing. I'm glad I've made that change. Before it was just always use one tone of sepia. Now that one actually kind of looks good. No, leave that as is, but keep that here. But now we have multi-toned sepias, which I gotta say looks good. Okay, I'm gonna get some mist, or in this case clouds, ground clouds, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that we put these little mists in. I don't know what it is about this, but this really gives it that like nice and misty dew kind of look to it. It's nice, cloudy. It just looks good. Use it sparingly, obviously. If you use too much of it, then it's going to just overcompass the entire thing. No, not mist particles. No, mist particles. Brain thought I was trying to spell mist for some reason. Don't ask me why. My brain is on a malfunctions hit today or whatever. It's on something, that's for certain. And whether that something is good is yet to be determined. Got some nice looking particles. Not too much particles though. And I'm probably going to have to... too much. I'm probably going to have to do some solid overlay here. Okay, alright. Okay, let me see. I could probably get rid of some of the yellow. Wait a minute, where am I? Let me put that back here. And this back as well, because I don't think I'm using that anymore. Okay, get rid of some of the yellow. Some yellow over here. Not too much yellow now. Light orange, try to get rid of a little bit, but not a whole bunch. Same with that one, a little bit, but not a whole bunch. Purple area is good? Huh. Wait, actually, let me see if I can reduce the purple area a little bit. Actually, I could just get rid of the purple area. This looks good without it. That looks better, actually. Well, to me it looks better. To others it might look as fine. It might look fine as it was. Okay, we got some of that there. Yeah, the dark blue takes place most of that now, and that looks good. We got the color there. As soon as we put the color in, it made it look a hell of a lot better. And that's pretty much all that I really want to do to it. I mean, maybe... Okay, let me go back to sepia. Maybe see if I can make the apple less bright. Not too less bright. I still want it to be somewhat the center of the attention here, so don't make it too dull. Do I want that? Let me see other swatches here. No, is there a... Yeah, that works. Not too big, not too small. Everything works just right here. And then we just put all my brushes back. And there we go. Got my swatch turned back where it needs to be turned to. And boom! Not bad. I mean, the bottom of the apple is not being shown. Because, oh no, some of it's being shown. You don't get to see most of it, but that's fine. I'd say massive improvement compared to this. Massive improvement. You can see the whole thing, right? Yes, you can. It's fine. Increase in size. Increase in size. And you still see the... I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're about to end the video soon anyways. I don't know, you sometimes. This, from all the way back in album 8, to this, from all the way back to now, that's album 50. That's 50 albums later. 50 albums, which again, an album is 24 drawings. From this heap of mess to this work of art. It's a hell of a lot better. We don't have that here, but that's fine. It's a hell of a lot better. And again, this is a landscape, not a portrait size. So, speaking of which, what is the size of this? 1366, 768. Damn. Because that was the first size that we stayed consistent with until we got to 2732, 1536. And now we're at 4098, 2304, which I cannot seem to remember as well. And then we got the larger ones, which is 54, 64, 3072. Yeah, 3072. And yes, that's like for the extra large ones that need to be a bit larger than normal. But here you go. Comparison. I like this apple a hell of a lot better. Looks more realistic and less whatever the hell that is. I don't know if I should have added more colors, i.e. yellow, to it, because we got some pink and we got red. But I guess that's fine. It's a Scarlet Apple. It doesn't have to have yellow to it. It's fine as is. So with effects, without effects, with effects, without effects. A hell of a huge improvement, I must say. So with that being said, we're past 2 hours, so thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. We make improvements, so I'm hoping that I am your inspiration for you to improve your art. Because, 9 years, technically 7 years, less than 7 years to get to that. Yeah, regardless, we've been doing pretty good, but this is just us redrawing a really old drawing from long ago in this current time of age. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and check out that there playlist. And of course, previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Played Up RTC Edition, where everything goes to shit, right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.